how can I improve awareness as an individual? Can awareness be aware of itself?
Yes.
I'm not sure if it makes sense. It can be aware of itself. Like
that's what awakening is. Awakening is where awareness, which is a state of, the only way you can describe awareness is a unified state. So how that comes across is it comes across as a state of nothingness. But most of the time, that nothingness that you truly are, that infinite space that you are, is identifying with your thoughts and emotions. And so that infinite space hasn't realized its infinite nature. And what it's doing is to identify, it's attaching to beliefs, it's attaching to ideas, it's attaching to your past, it's attaching to what you think about. So what actually happens is when awareness begins to withdraw from its identification with belief, which is your thinking, when it begins to withdraw, it begins to open up and it begins to realize its own nature. So as it comes out of your mind, out of your identity, and begins to realize itself, awareness starts to become self-aware. Right now, your awareness is aware of itself as an identity, as a person. That's your thinking. That's your emotions. You're not fully conscious of this space yet because the awareness of what we're talking about is identified with your personal sense of self. So when that begins to awaken, it's awareness becoming aware of awareness itself. It's it's consciousness becoming conscious of itself, rather than consciousness being confined and limited to the perception of who you believe yourself to be now in this moment. So
like, I think it's kind of important to know that the only thing, like you said, how can you improve awareness? Like the only thing stopping you from improving your awareness is the idea you have of yourself. Like that's the only thing. It's only your ego which is blocking it. So what I do to improve my awareness and to get a higher level of awareness is like I do this. I'm like, my meditation. I like close my eyes. Like let's say your name is Lani, yeah, or Menzi, whatever they're calling you nowadays in the chat. But let's say you like close your eyes and just say to yourself like, does this feel like Lani? Like, does this feel like Lani right now? Does this feel like a person? Like this is what I do in my meditation. Like so, I'm in my meditation. I close my eyes. I'm like, does this feel like Tom? Like, does this feel like Cool Breeze? Like, I'm like, yeah, it does have like a sense of a personness about it. That like there's a sense of like a personality here, like in this space. I can feel some type of personality. Like that's what I say. Like I'm just feeling it, and I'm like, why? I'm like, why does it feel like Tom, and why does it not feel like the one consciousness? Why does this feel like this is definitely my space? Because this feeling that it's definitely your space, that it feels like you, this feeling is the feeling that's separating you from being that oneness. Because it feels like it's you. You get what I'm saying? So like, you know, you've been so identified with this body and with this mind and with these thoughts and with the feelings in your body and stuff, that you kind of take this to be like, you just take this to be you. Like your brain has formed this picture, this kind of character within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like, even when you close your eyes, like ask yourself, like, what am I feeling right now? Am I feeling like a nothingness? Like, do I feel a nothingness? Or am I feeling like this is still a person right here? You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, so like that's kind of how you get to a higher level of awareness. Like you're just dissolving your ego basically. Like you just dissolve it, and you know more good stuff can like flow in, whatever. Yeah.